What's up everyone, it is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. So May 16th, 2020 would have been the day we had our general commencement at UC Berkeley, so the day I would have graduated from college. But obviously that is not happening anymore. So in this video, I wanted to highlight my favorite memories of my 4 years at Berkeley, which is so crazy that it's all over. I'm sad. So flying out for move-in day in 2016, I was super nervous, honestly, because coming to Berkeley, I did not know anyone and I never went to an orientation, so I was literally going in blind. This was something that I was scared for, choosing an out-of-state school. I was definitely leaving my comfort zone and going across the country to a place that I've never been before, and then meeting just a ton of new people. So my favorite part of freshman year was living in the dorms. Honestly, these were so freaking fun. It's like a party 24/7. You're always surrounded by friends. Thinking about freshman year, the dorms really make me bummed out because you are surrounded by your friends, and then once you start to get older, I never really saw my friends ever. Maybe once a month because everyone just got so busy, but when you're living next door to them in the high rises, it's just so easy to see people, and this was something that I really loved, and it really helped me make a bunch of friends, and I'm still friends with a lot of the people that I met literally freshman year, so it's super crazy. Freshman year, we also got free football passes to attend all of the home games at Berkeley, so going to the football games with the people on my floor was super cool because we all got to hang out, go watch football, and it was all free, so this was such a cool bonding experience, especially because the big game, which is the Stanford-Berkeley football game, was at Berkeley that year, so we got to go for free and all hang out as a floor. It was just such a fun time. Another highlight from freshman year was being able to meet Survivor contestant and Survivor winner Adam Klein. So I really like the TV show Survivor, and my friend Alyssa and we have a podcast about Survivor where we just talk about the show, recap episodes, talk game theory, stuff like that. And so fall 2016, I noticed in our subscribers for the podcast that Adam Klein is subscribed, and so Adam was on the cast of Survivor Millennials vs Gen X, which was going to air that fall, which it hadn't started yet, but I reached out and we actually got to meet Adam, and then this was just such a fond memory because 4 years ago we got to go to his watch parties for Survivor as a super fan. This was just so freaking cool. And then 4 years later, senior year, Adam plays Survivor again on the all winners season. Being a fan of the TV show, this was just such a monumentous moment, and it was just so cool to be involved in it. During my freshman year, I got involved in the student government in the residence halls, which ultimately led me to become a resident assistant for my last 3 years of college. But as a first year, I had the opportunity to go to PACUR, which is a conference for a bunch of different colleges across the West Coast. So we got to go travel down to USC for free and then attend this conference, and this was my first time in LA, so this was super cool. This is honestly, I feel like, how Billy and I became such good friends. This was such a cool memory, and being involved in residential life. In 2018, we actually held a conference at Berkeley, so this was something that I was super involved in. And then finally, to round out freshman year, I don't think you can not talk about all of the studying that you're doing. This was still the time that I was studying with other people and not being a total recluse and studying alone. This was just a cool time being able to hang out while studying into all of the wee hours of the night. I have a ton of good memories of this. So sophomore year, honestly, I was in a toxic relationship, which made sophomore year really difficult for me. I think my mental health was just not good during this time. I was crying myself to sleep a ton. It was just a really, really bad time, and I think this affected my grades sophomore fall and sophomore spring, and it's just sophomore year was really, really not a fun time. I think like this is just such a dark cloud over my college experience. But depresso mode aside, I think a really high point in my sophomore year was becoming a resident assistant. I was at Clark Kerr for sophomore and junior year, and my Clark Kerr staff sophomore year was probably the best staff. I had the most fun time with them. We were all super, super close this year as a hall staff, and like we all hung out, we all ate together in the dining halls, and so I really, really loved working as an RA. And so speaking of the dining halls, I have eaten at the dining halls all 4 years of college, and I honestly miss the dining hall food, like low-key. It's just so easy. You go in there, you can eat as much as you want, you can hang out with friends. It's just such a good time. So junior year, things started to turn around, and a goal for my junior year, I really wanted to say yes to more things because I feel like I often limit myself and I say no. And so saying yes meant going on a houseboat to Shasta Lake in California. I was so nervous about this trip. I honestly wanted to flake and cancel because houseboating sounds dangerous. You know, with a bunch of people on a boat in the middle of a lake. This trip was so cool. I really bonded with the people that were on the trip. It was a ton of fun, and I'm really glad that I did push myself and say yes and not flake, because looking back, this is honestly one of my coolest memories from college, and I really regret saying no to a lot of things junior and senior year. So also being spontaneous, Eder drove Michelle and I to LA on a random weekend trip just for shiz and giggles. So this was also really, really cool going down there with RA friends and just spending the weekend away. And so speaking of my junior and senior year, I worked as a hiring coordinator for Residential Life, basically working to hire all of the resident assistants. And so working here, I got to work with Blake, Michelle, and Yu Yang, and so this is how we became so close. And so even though the job was sort of stressful at a lot of points, or we were overworked, getting to meet them and becoming such close friends with them is something that I will remember from college, and I think the four of us will be friends for a long time after college. Junior year spring break, my friends from freshman year, we went to Hawaii, and this really bums me out now that our senior year spring break trip was canceled because of everything. We were going to go to Mexico City, but looking back on Hawaii, this was such a cool, fun time. The five of us going there, saying yes to more things. I would probably not say yes to this knowing me, because going on a trip is stressful and scary, but this trip was literally so much fun, and I really, really hope that we can go on another trip in the future. And you know, these are the people that I will be friends with for life, and so even though college is ending and it's over and we're not gonna see each other that much anymore, I really do believe that we can go on another trip sometime. But it's just a bummer because everyone is starting to work or start life in different parts of the country, so it's really sad. Woo! So senior year, this year has been cut so short. The end of senior year in March has been so abrupt, not even getting the chance to say goodbye to everyone, and just having to leave has been something really, really difficult. Just trying to wrap my head around how everything is over. You know, the life that we had for the past 4 years is all over. Maybe never stepping foot on campus again. We'll see. But before everything ended, some highlights from senior year was definitely going into San Francisco a lot because I wanted to say yes more. I honestly realized that I never went into San Francisco. It was like a once a semester thing, if that, because everyone just gets so busy. But before everything happened, I feel like I went into San Francisco, I got to explore more, I got to be a tourist and just go out and see the sights and see things. There's still a ton of things that I know I didn't see and I wish I could have seen before leaving California. But I'm glad that before everything ended, I at least got to see some more things senior year than just staying in my dorm room all the time. Looking back on these 4 years, I just wanted to highlight some of these things that I will remember forever, because these experiences are things that have shaped me, and they are definitely things that I truly cherish. The friends that I've made throughout college, I know that we will stay hopefully connected throughout this time and into the future. And yesterday we would have graduated, and that honestly would have been such a cool experience and a great time to be with friends and family. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.